Hi, in this first video I'm going to share some of the background to the Clipper race, talk about my training all the way through to the start of the race in 2019. I'm sure that many of you will recognise Sir Robin Knox-Johnston, the first person to sail non-stop around the world. It was Sir Robin's idea that led to Clipper Ventures being launched in 1995, with the first race around the world starting in 1996. Each edition of the race takes around 11 months to circumnavigate our planet, allowing for a number of very welcome stopovers. The Clipper race set off on its 13th edition this September and is currently arriving into Uruguay at the end of leg 1. Clipper have opened up the oceans to more than 5,000 Clipper crew, people just like me and like you too. Now let's hear from Sir Robin himself about the Clipper race.
The ocean is a remote wilderness. Everyday normality fades. We're at the mercy of the elements, and mental fortitude is tested as much as physical strength. Humankind has always looked to explore and push its boundaries. We are restless. We are curious. It is that which has led the Clipper race to help thousands of people step out from their comfort zone and train to become ocean racers. For 25 years, race crew from all walks of life have had the same purpose, saying yes to discovering personal frontiers and achieving something extraordinary. The ocean is their racetrack. Those who have the courage to cross an ocean, under sail, harnessing the power of the wind, can call themselves true adventurers. But the ocean will do its best to show your insignificance amongst its might. You will experience Mother Nature in the roar and feel her fury. Majestic white horses crash towards you, the thunder of their hooves pummeling the deck. Yet the ocean and its backdrop will reward as much as it does challenge. Vibrant displays from the natural world etch into the soul of even the most weary sailor. And for your homecoming, land's earthly sense stretches its tendrils before it comes into sight. The coastline beckons, and a unique emotion descends. Joy, pride, and a sense of togetherness that is rare to find. The ocean awaits anyone who dares to push themselves to their absolute limit.
An exciting and challenging opportunity, and that's why I signed up to the Clipper race. I have always wanted to sail across an ocean. I just thought it would never happen. Then Dawn just happened to see a poster like one of these at a railway station and suggested I look into it. So I went off to see the Clipper race at their base in Gosport and realised that I could do this. Clipper provides the training. You can sign up for one or more of 8 different legs, and so with a bit of paid and unpaid leave, I think I could fit in a 6-week adventure. So I signed my crew member contract and I signed up to do leg 6, the so-called Mighty Pacific, sailing from China to the west coast of America. It seems a long time ago since I originally signed up in 2017. I completed my training in 2018 through to the first half of 2019 to then join the race in January 2020 in China. That was the plan. Everything was falling into place. What could go wrong? The Clipper race team will take you from a complete novice all the way through to the competent crew member qualification through 4 levels of training. Each level building on what you have previously learnt and also introducing you to new sailing skills and experiences. You will have to know your way around your boat. You will have to know your knots, all 9 of them. You have to know all the essential sailing routines, tacking, jibing, sailing with spinnakers, and the all-important man overboard drills. The training is designed to mitigate risks, ensuring both boat and crew safety. Not all risks can be removed entirely. The sea can and will create unexpected situations. As a crew member, you'll learn how to sail and how to be part of a team in a racing yacht. Now it's time for a quick quiz. There are 5 questions and you have just 5 seconds to shout out the answer. What do they call the front of a boat? And what do they call the back of a boat? What is the name of the rope that pulls a sail up? The kitchen on a boat is called the... And finally, the toilet on a boat is called the... Well done, everyone. It looks like we've got some budding sailors in the room. Life on board is very different to life at home. The full crew are typically split into at least 2 shifts or 2 watches. You have domestic duties like sorting out all of the food into separate day bags. You have to find your home on the boat, which is going to be a bunk, maybe with a few little cubby holes where you can stuff some of your gear away. That could be your home for months. Making sure you know where the facilities are, where the toilets are, or the heads, and also spend some time in the navigation station looking at all the equipment and understanding the emergency procedures. Before you arrive on board, you will want to get yourself into a general level of fitness. You don't need to be Superman, but you will be busy, and some work is physical. Pulling on ropes, lifting sails, and even going up and down a bobbing boat can be quite strenuous. Sailing at night, getting used to red lights below deck so that your eyes don't have to adjust when you come up on deck. Training involves regular safety drills, particularly man overboard exercises, where crew members take on a specific role within a coordinated team effort to retrieve the person that's gone overboard. We used life-size dummies during training. A crew member will be winched over the side to clip onto and rescue the casualty. I don't have a great head for heights, but when you get the opportunity to do something new, you just want to have a go. So here we are, a few miles off the coast of France, and I went up the mast, hoisted by a halyard. It's quite a long way up, more than I would have liked, but once you're on your way, you are going to the top, and the view from the top was a unique experience. So I enjoyed the training and the build-up to the race. So much so, I signed up for Leg 7, a very different sailing experience to the mighty Pacific, taking me from Seattle all the way around to the East Coast and New York. Dawn and I then went to see the 2017 to 2018 race arrive back into Liverpool. That was a spectacular event. Well, I just couldn't help myself. I signed up for Leg 8 as well. In May 2019, just 4 months before the race start, we had a large crew gathering and the race allocation event. Some of the crew can't attend, as many live overseas, and so this is beamed out live. You find out who your skipper is and your AQP, that's your first mate, and which boat you will be sailing on. I was assigned to Team Zhuhai, the boat's sponsor, which is a sailing destination just across the bay from Hong Kong. In August 2019, we delivered the boats from Gosport into St Catherine Docks in London, and I got to say hello again to Sir Robin, who is an ever-present character at Clipper events. The Clipper race goes around the world, broken down into 8 legs, as you can see on this map. It takes around 11 months to complete each race edition. On average, if you are able to sail in a straight line, it will take just over 41,000 nautical miles to go around the world, or in land-based miles, that's actually over 47,000 miles. My Clipper race was underway, and I was watching but waiting to take part. I tried to keep fit. I tried to memorise the key procedures and sail changes. I had all the vaccinations I needed, and I kept adding to my kit. As we moved into the start of 2020, the first cases of COVID were reported in China, and I was just a few weeks away from flying out to China. As we know, China quickly closed down its border, and so the race, which had left Australia for China, diverted to the Philippines. Now, the Philippines may look like a holiday destination, and indeed it is for some. Everything was set up and ready and waiting for us. We stopped over in a small hotel. We were planning to sail on to Sanya on the south coast of China. My kit was on board. I'd found my space, my bunk, and also met up with my team. The boats were ready and I was ready to join the race. We completed a short 5-day race, and on our way back to the marina, we were placed in temporary quarantine, following which the race had to be postponed. We were given 72 hours to leave the Philippines, and so with the other 100 crew members, I rushed to book my flights home, only to arrive at Manila Airport to find that Etihad had cancelled not just my flight, but all of their flights out of Manila. Manila Airport was chaotic, but I was lucky. My daughter managed to get me a flight to Singapore, where she lives, and eventually, after a couple of weeks, I could travel back to the UK. As we all know, the COVID pandemic stopped normal life for most of 2020 and most of 2021. That's the end of the first video, and we're going to finish with a quick prize quiz. And the question is, from the waterline, how tall is the mast? In feet, not meters. I'm going to give you 5 seconds and then we'll see what you come up with.